No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' Raw podcast episode 169. I am your host, the Warden, Matt Ritter, and I am here, as always, with my co-host, Sir Cussalott, Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. T-Money, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC.
What's happening?
And I am the HWBIC.
In his own mind.
Not just my mind. I got that from someone else. Anyway.
Yeah. Someone whose opinion is irrelevant. So, you know.
Travis, I have been diplomatic in the way we talked about these elections and asking people to go out and vote and asking people to go out and vote for the candidate they feel best represents them and their beliefs, hoping that by now, hearing us talk about Black Lives Matter and everything we've discussed, that if they're still listening to this podcast, they know our stance and where we stand, and who we were voting for. That I was encouraging those same people to go out and vote. But it is now Friday.
It is Friday.
Votes have been cast.
They have.
All legal votes, despite what our current president is trying to push the narrative of.
Yeah.
Because he's just gonna sue everyone, that can vote for him. So like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You didn't vote for me. I'm suing that. I'm suing your state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Listen, I know you were out there publicly saying, if you voted for Donald Trump, then from your viewpoint, and I completely understand, and I'm not saying I don't agree with it, but from your viewpoint, the people that voted for Donald Trump don't believe in decent or human decency, or don't have respect for human life, something along those lines.
Yeah, basically choosing your own, your own selfish means above other people's well-being.
Correct. I personally, while I don't agree with it, because you and I have a similar background growing up. We grew up in the same town. We went to the same private school. I went to a public high school. You went to a private high school. But we both have that religious background from the same place, from the same church. We both then left that and had life experiences and created our own view on the world and religion and so forth from those experiences as we left. I do understand that a lot of people are voting Republican and voting for Trump because it is in line with their religious beliefs. I don't agree with their religious beliefs, but I understand that's why, that they're not necessarily voting for Trump because he's a racist or this or that. It's because his side stands for what the Bible has taught them their entire lives is the quote unquote right thing.
But he doesn't.
I understand that, but to them, that doesn't matter, Travis. He's out here saying he's going to repeal Roe v. Wade. He's out here saying all this shit that aligns with their religious beliefs, and that's why they vote for him. I don't agree with it. Listen, again, we are here pushing this Black Lives Matter discussion every week because we understand that there is an injustice in our society there's nothing being done about it. There's nothing being done about it. Yes, we've got some convictions of some police officers well after the fact. No policy has been put in place to address it. Nothing federally, nothing statewide, other than I believe they did the no-knock stuff down in Georgia, correct?
I'm not aware of what's happening in Georgia, but I do remember hearing something about it, but I don't know any details.
So not a whole lot actually going on, actually being done after all of the riots and protests and everything that happened. Still nothing's being done. So now it's time to vote and make a change locally and federally, and hopefully get some people in there who are going to do the right thing, so people of color are treated equal to white people. Like, let's be honest, like, so people of color are treated equal to white people, because as of now our country has a value system and it values white people the highest, and that's not right, because we are all human. It's not fair. And again, Black Lives Matter does not mean Black Lives Matter more. It just means they matter. And there's clearly an issue in our country where they're not held to that value and they are not treated as if they do. So hopefully the right person wins, and afterwards, at some point within the next 4 years, some sort of legislature, something is done either locally in our towns, government, cities, so on and so forth, or federally. Things get done and things change.
And, you know, don't get me wrong, the work is not done at that point either. Like once the election is over, the work is not done. You know, Biden wins. It's looking like that's what it is. We holding this motherfucker accountable too. Like, yo, now you in, you got fucking work to do. And we want you to put in the fucking work.
Or we'll vote you out and we'll try and get someone in 4 years who will.
Exactly.
So, all right, Travis. You gonna get a panda gift ready?
I can get a panda gift ready. Let me go ahead and do that. Interesting choice.
Is it?
Right, there you go. Oh, okay.
All right, we got a human with a panda mascot head on, dancing very poorly, clearly a white man, to some music at a wedding, maybe a school dance somewhere, with lights on in the background. It looks like he has zero rhythm whatsoever.
He definitely does. Definitely zero rhythm.
Zero rhythm.
Zero in the rhythm department.
All right, so last week you announced that after we did our mock draft.
Yes.
After you told me to go and pick champions for a show, that those champions were going to face your champions at a mock Survivor Series. Now, I did not know that the champions that I picked were going to be facing your champions. I may have made other picks at that point.
To be fair, at that time, I didn't either.
Because I looked back and I'm like, well, I made these decisions based on like who I want to see world champion, not necessarily who I'd have face a Roman Reigns or a Sasha Banks. But
I hear you. And I said that wasn't what was in my head either at the time. This idea popped in my head literally while I was watching Raw.
Neither here nor there. We have decided that we're going to announce our 5 Survivor Series members for our men and women's teams. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you I guess I should write yours down because you're probably not going to send one to me and I'm going to need to remember this. All right, you gonna go with your men's or your women's first?
Let's go ahead and do the men's first.
Okay.
Number 1, and the captain of this team, I think it's pretty obvious who I'm picking. That'll be Keith Lee, bask in his glory.
Okay.
Also on this team, you know, bringing some more power to this squad, the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Here's the one. Y'all gonna hate this. The beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And rounded it off to bring some, some speed and dexterity to this squad, Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Usos. They will be facing the captain of my team, the one, the only, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And the Fiend Bray Wyatt is bringing along with him because Travis doesn't have all the big, beautiful, beefy black men on his team. Big E Langston. To complement what we have created here, you will also be facing off against Aleister Black, Karrion Kross, and rounding out our team, because we need a technical wrestler, someone who can manipulate joints and handle some mat-based wrestling.
Oh, God.
Really take these guys down. The one and only bruiserweight himself, Pete Dunne.
Okay.
So it will be Aleister Black, Karrion Kross, Pete Dunne, and Big E, led by Bray Wyatt, to take on Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, and the Usos. I have a much better chance of winning a poll for my men's and women's than I did my my champions, I feel like. So if it goes 4-2, I'll be happy, because I really didn't have. Anyway, who you got for your women's, Travis?
So for the women's side, I've got Bianca Belair.
You're welcome, by the way.
I'm surprised you didn't have Dexter Lumis on your squad. Bailey.
Listen, Travis, I love Dexter Lumis, but I'm trying to win here, and I knew you were coming with heavy hitters, so I can't just throw, like, I could have created an entire creepy team of men to satisfy my urge, but I want to win, so I had to come with heavy hitters.
Makes sense.
So we got Bianca and Bailey.
Yes. Naomi. Shayna Baszler. And Nia Jax.
And Nia. And that team will be facing off against the captain of my team, Miss Bliss herself, Alexa Bliss, who has brought with her Asuka, Io Shirai, the Queen Charlotte Flair, and my personal current favorite, Miss Shotzi Blackheart.
I'd love to see that match. Like,
I would too.
Like, I would love to see that match. Like, just of all the ones we've talked about, this match is the one. Like, oh, I want to see that shit.
Especially because Alexa's now got the Sister Abigail in her arsenal, and she does it so damn clean. It's not the same Alexa Bliss we had. So next week, because I believe Survivor Series is next Sunday. It's the Sunday before, or is it the Sunday of, or the Sunday before?
Before Thanksgiving? I think it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So I think it's the next week.
Yeah, so it'd be next week. Let's see.
No, not next Sunday. The Sunday after. Thanksgiving is the last week of November.
November 22nd. So that week of November 22nd, which will be in 2 weeks, you are correct. I will be dropping polls for all of these matchups. Quick reminder, we got Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. We have Elias versus AJ Styles. I'm going to lose that one. We got Ember Moon versus Sasha Banks, and the War Raiders versus the Street Profits, plus the 2 5-person elimination matches that we announced here tonight. Those polls will go up, one poll a day throughout the week leading up to Survivor Series. You guys will determine whether Raw is Ritter or For the Culture SmackDown wins the mock draft Survivor Series matchup. And I'm assuming Travis may come up with something else to do with this later on. We'll see.
Maybe, yeah. It's just, I'm like, oh, Survivor Series is coming up. Oh, we have rosters now. Yeah, let's do that.
So, all right. We talked a little bit of politics, so let's get into news and rumors, Travis. Real quick before I do that, next week Travis will not be here because his PlayStation 5 is more important than our podcast. So
damn right. No shame.
I have contacted Queen PR from Those Wrestling Girls, and she has agreed to fill in for Travis. So next week you can listen to me and Queen PR do our regular smack. I made sure she was cool with being on Pornhub. I always check. I don't ever want to just throw that on someone. Yeah, she's down. She's excited. So next week, Queen PR from Those Wrestling Girls will be joining me to do our regular Smackin' Raw shit, and I'm looking forward to that. Also on the 17th, I will be on the Apron Bump podcast covering SummerSlam 2001 with their host. So go check that out as well when that comes out. Look for that. Oh, we got a soundboard. Now I got to suggest some shit for you to put on the soundboard, but hey, we got a soundboard. Beautiful. All right, Travis.
And I started to give you a sound that you'd be familiar with and you'd be happy to hear. So, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is this? Always allow. First and foremost, since we're talking about Election Day and all that shit, Linda McMahon is on Twitter backing Trump's claims that, the Democrats are cheating and blah, 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 blah. And at this point, I kind of wish she was back in her wheelchair, sedated, watching Vince fuck Trish. As the cuck queen that she should be. While doing that shit.
Yeah, that's whatever, dude. Like, it's just
she was in his cabinet. You knew it was coming.
It's like, whatever, Linda.
Speaking of shit like that, Zelina Vega has an OnlyFans account. No nudity.
I figured, but it's just like, oh, okay.
It's her doing. I'll have to look it up and send you the name because it's not under the name Zelina Vega, obviously. Right. It's under a different name, but it's her, cosplaying, posting cosplay pictures and stuff like that. And you can pay to check her out in her various cosplay outfits and shit like that. So, and then last but not least, I know you're not familiar with her, but there are a lot of fans out there who are. It looks like Kylie Ray, who worked for Impact and AEW for a very short time and was a big name on the independent circuit, is from Chicago, has retired officially so far. She was scheduled to have a match at the last Impact show. She did not make that show and has since announced her retirement. So best wishes to Kylie Ray on her future endeavors, whatever they may be.
Okay.
All right, where you want to start, Travis? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW?
Start with AEW.
Because we are on our way to Full Gear, which is tomorrow, Saturday.
Oh, good for them.
This will drop probably sometime before Full Gear.
Yeah, it should be up in the morning.
All right, so we got Jericho coming out on commentary for the MJF and Wardlow versus Inner Circle match. Sammy Guevara and Ortiz, my two least favorite members of the Inner Circle. MJF and Wardlow get the win here. Also, Hager's back with a face all beat up from
his MMA fight. Yeah,
almost losing, but not losing an MMA fight. It came down to a
almost
decision.
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, brother.
He is 3-0 in his MMA career, so good for him. We did have a disguised quote unquote Jeff Hart or Matt Hardy come out with the assist, leaving Ortiz by himself. And then after the match, because Jericho said he just didn't have the killer instinct, MJF attacks Jericho post-match, and then we also get a stare down between Wardlow and Hager. I don't know if I really want to see that. But.
I don't, but it's, this MJF Jericho match should be pretty dope. So
we'll do. I mean, even though I know you're not going to watch it, and I've decided that I have other priorities, I'm not going to spend $50 on this pay-per-view. Let's do a quick prediction. So you got MJF or Jericho here?
Story-wise, it should be MJF, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be Jericho.
I believe I went MJF because there's the Smacked Raw podcast started up kind of a predictions league that anyone can join. We started it before the last pay-per-view. I'm doing fairly well right now. Yes, I went MJF. Where they're doing a season. So between the big four WWE pay-per-views is considered a season, and then everything resets. So leading up to Survivor Series, I think it started with Hell in a Cell. So yeah, we were doing that. All right.
Like some years ago, let me see, it's 2020 now, so I guess this was like 7 years ago. We were talking about starting our fantasy wrestling league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of really good ideas that you never paid off on.
Oh, that's Fantasy Wrestling League was my idea, so don't even try that.
Fantasy Wrestling League,
that was my idea. Don't do
a
that.
wrestling
Don't do that.
dating service called
that was your
Fall.
idea. Yeah. That was you.
WWE inspired dildos, named after wrestlers with cool shapes and sizes. You promised me you had a dildo guy. I don't know whatever happened to that, but and let's not forget Pogs on Pogs, Travis. Pogs on Pogs. $1 million ideas I just hand to you that go nowhere.
Oh, I forgot all about Pogs on Pogs.
Yeah, exactly the problem, Travis. Because we could be millionaires right now with better equipment and blah, 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 blah. But no, Pogs on Pogs is still on the shelf.
Oh, man. I need to meet some more Pogs first. You
know? We got a Kenny sit down with Tony Schiavone, which is basically Kenny saying, you know, he's been destined to win this tournament. He's won all these singles tournaments. He's done all this stuff. He's destined to win this. Kenny versus Hangman. Who you got?
Hangman.
I'm also going Hangman. I know a lot of people are thinking Kenny's going to win. I actually think Hangman's going to win, and Kenny's going to, even though he's already a heel, I think he's going to make that full heel turn.
Go ahead and full, yeah.
And beat down Hangman after his loss.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got the best half of the best friends in Trent taking on Miro in a singles match. Miro gets the win here, but for whatever reason, the Dark Order shows up, starts picking on Orange Cassidy. I say for whatever reason, but Orange Cassidy is facing John Silver of the Dark Order at Full Gear.
Why they did this. I didn't know that. Okay,
I'm also going to go Orange Cassidy there.
Yeah, freshly squeezed.
After the match, Miro throws the clutch back on. Chuck attacks him. There's a brawl. Miro and Kip lay out the best friends, and then Orange Cassidy tries to come off the top rope and take him out. Miro's out there talking shit about Sue. Now, I will stand for hashtag fuck Chuck. You can say all the things you want to say about Chuck. I'll even allow you to talk shit about Trent, but do not talk about Trent's mom, Sue. Miro, all right? With all the stuff that you just got done with your wife fucking Bobby Lashley and all this shit that happened, you have no room to be talking about that sweet woman, Sue. You leave Sue alone.
Absolutely. Give mama some respect, man. What the hell?
Exactly. We don't mess with mamas here on the Smackin' Raw podcast.
We do not.
We also got a Hangman interview, kind of the same deal. JR asked him if he's nervous. He says, yeah, he is, but he's using alcohol to cope. So now I understand why you picked him, because this is the white Travis. Like, you relate very well to this man and his alcoholic tendencies.
Look. Again, you and your judgment needs to stop. He is not an alcoholic, and neither am I.
Okay. We got Taz out there, and this was great because Taz addressed something that you and I have been
about. He did.
About how the ranking system is bullshit. There are discrepancies.
And here's the thing, man. Spoiler alert for this. Because of this segment and because of this segment alone, I am swallowing AEW this week. But anyway, go ahead.
Taz says, my guys are, should be ranked higher. They're this, they're that. They're not getting their shots, blah, 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 blah. He calls out Tony Khan. He calls out Cody on the bullshit of the ranking system. I loved it because really the only place that the ranking system matters or does anything effectual is in the women's division, and then they don't really use the women's division, so like it's not really used.
Yeah, what's the big boy's name? What's his name? Taz's big boy.
Oh, Brian Cage.
Yeah. Like he's ranked number one. Where is he ranked right now?
I think he's ranked number one.
Yeah, he's ranked number one. Why is he not facing Moxley? Why is Eddie Kingston facing Moxley? Where is Eddie Kingston ranked? Is he ranked?
I don't know what he's ranked.
The wins and losses matter. That's what they said, right?
They did.
And then they was talking about how the other dude. What's the other dude's name? Taz's other boy. What the fuck is his name?
I know who you're talking about. It's hard for me to hold together when you're like, this segment alone is why I'm swallowing AEW. I don't remember anyone's name in this segment.
I remember Taz. He's the only one that matters.
Ricky Starks.
Yeah, that motherfucker. He has pretty much the same record as Brian Cage, but he's not even ranked.
So here's my thing. There should be separate rankings for the TNT and AEW World Championships. You need 2 systems there to determine who the number 1 contender for the TNT title would be.
The TNT title, the one that they created because Cody can't, compete for the world title, and then they put above the world title.
Possibly more prestigious than the world title. Yeah. So this was all great shit. Then we got Private Party losing to the Bucks. The Bucks, this wasn't the match I was expecting from these guys, but the Bucks are hurt. So now
I enjoyed the fuck out of this match.
Did you really?
I did. Let me tell you why. Well, this isn't the only reason why, but I saw something that I've never seen before. I don't think I've ever actually seen a full-on Private Party match. I haven't seen them really do what they do. But when I saw them do that Hurricane Rana into the cutter, I'm like, oh, look at that. Do more of that.
They do. And that's one of the reasons why they're so beloved in AEW. They actually did stuff like that when they beat the Bucks in the opening tournament for the AEW Tag Team Championships. That was actually a great match.
Was that on TV?
Yeah, it was. Did
I see it?
I don't know if you saw it or not. There was early AEW was a little rough to get you to actually tune in and watch.
Okay.
So Sammy attacks Matt Hardy because Matt Hardy, for whatever reason, is Private Party's manager because he fits in real well with 2 young, cool black guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Matt Hardy. He's my favorite Hardy. He's so much better than his trash-ass brother. But, of all the people that you could pick to come out and manage Private Party if they needed one, you pick, the oldest, weirdest white guy. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I didn't know what that was going to sound like. So I'm like, what does this sound like? I just clicked on it.
Okay. We're going to have to talk about some shit you got to get.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely some wrestling clips. But Sammy attacks Hardy, hitting him with the cutter during their entrance.
Bruh. There's a 2 girls, 1 cup button.
Oh, boy. Go ahead, push it.
I kind of want to just know. I just want to know what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, push it.
No, stop! You're not gonna play the whole song, is it?
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I had to press another button to make the music stop.
Well, speaking of that, that's a great transition to the rest of this match because FTR come out and beat up the Bucks, and fast as fuck Hangman Page, who's not even cool with the Bucks, makes it out before their friend Kenny.
He's a stand-up guy.
He comes out, makes the save, even though he's not cool with the Bucks anymore. Then Kenny comes down, fist bumps him, turns his back on him, and Page ain't having that shit. They get kind of in each other's face because Hangman felt disrespected when Kenny turned his back.
Give him some fucking respect.
Young Bucks FTR. If Young Bucks lose, they can never challenge for the tag team titles again. But one of the Young Bucks is injured. Who do you got taking that match?
Bucks.
I
don't see them doing it twice.
I also think I went with Bucks. Then Moxley and Kingston's face to face. This was good. Here's my thing. Eddie Kingston is fucking fantastic on the mic. You believe everything he says, and you feel everything he says because it's all, at least in this instance, very, very real for him, right? But then he puts on his wrestling gear, and all of that coolness and mystique that he has just goes out the window, man. Don't get me wrong. When he's not in whatever he chose to wear for wrestling gear, badass. Do the John Cena thing. Come out and wrestle in a basketball jersey and jeans. I'm cool with that, or whatever else. Whatever the fuck you decided to wrestle in, that shit don't work. It takes it takes everything away that you built up with that person.
It's like what's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Commando. Mm-hmm. Remember the bad guy in Commando?
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. Seeing him going up against Schwarzenegger's really? I'm supposed to believe this dude can take on Schwarzenegger? Really?
But in his street clothes, he looks cool. He has that look to him.
Yeah. He don't look like he can win the fight, though.
I don't know about that. I think in his street clothes, he looks much more formidable than he does in his wrestling gear. What's interesting is Mox gets very personal. Mox talks about, how he promised Eddie's mother he would take care of him and how happy he was to see Eddie get signed to the company. Eddie said he's, becoming AEW champion or becoming champion is why he never got married, why he never gave his mom grandkids, this and that. He promised his mom he'd be successful. So the question is, Mox versus Eddie Kingston. Can Eddie Kingston live up to that promise he made to his mom in an I Quit match?
No. There's no
You're going
way.
Mox.
Yeah, I'm going Moxley because there's absolutely no way Moxley's saying I quit.
See, I went Mox as well, but that was when I originally had Kenny Omega down to beat Hangman Adam Page because I assumed with their history, Kenny would be the one to take the title off Mox.
I don't see Kingston doing it. And
Between
honestly,
you and I don't think I'm going to change it with the SmackDown pod, but between you and I'm going to pick Kingston because it would be something very AEW to let this guy just get, even if he only holds it for a week and Mox takes it back, get that one. After everything he's been doing out on the indies, finally making it, let him get that one.
it'd be a way for AEW to do something different, so it makes sense. I hear what you're saying. I just don't see it happening.
The bastard Pac is back. He got a video package.
He's an elf.
He's so angry though; it's more like an orc.
No, he's an angry. He's a dark elf.
He's a dark elf.
Yeah.
Then Brandy Rhodes' clone, Red Velvet, who's out there with Brandy, which was weird to see those two together, loses to Nyla Rose. Then Vicky gets on the mic and just starts obliterating everyone. She's taking shots at Brandy. She's taunting Sheeta. Sheeta grabs Vicky. Then Nyla hits Sheeta. They go to blows and get separated. Vicky's just going off, and it was entertaining as shit.
Exactly. I enjoyed that too. Like I said, Taz was the reason why I swallowed, but I enjoyed other parts of this show too. Like it was surprising as I'm watching this. I'm like, I'm actually not hating this show this week. This is cool.
Who you got, Nyla Rose or Sheeta?
Nyla Rose,
who is technically the number one contender, and this is the one time. Like Sheeta was number one contender when she beat Nyla for the title. Now Nyla again is number one contender, and she's taking on Sheeta. So
yeah, I mean, since Sheeta's been champ, it's really been nothing interesting. Like the title was at least somewhat interesting when Nyla Rose had it. So,
well, that's not true. They did the Thunder Rosa stuff, which was cool.
It was cool because of Thunder Rosa, though, not because of Sheeta.
Sheeta's one of their better women's wrestlers. I will give Sheeta credit. She made Penelope Ford look good, so I give her all the credit in the world for making Penelope Ford look good. But she just hasn't had a lot of people to work with, so that's why I said when Thunder Rosa came in, that was interesting, and they had some good matches. So, then we had the Natural Nightmares backstage getting interviewed. They're attacked by Butcher and Blade.
Who's the other one?
The other one, what?
The Natural Nightmares. I know who one of them is. Who's the other one?
You know who the other one is.
Do I?
It's that apple-eating fuck QT Marshall that I bitch about all the time.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
Inconsequential, no reason to be there.
Yeah, because I had no idea. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Listen, if Cody Rhodes is the quarterback and Arn is the coach and Brandy is the cheerleader and Dustin is...
He's a tight end.
Tight end. QT Marshall is the guy in the band that waves the flag, like runs across the field with the flag. That's his position. He is flag bearer for the Nightmare family. He is inconsequential, and apparently all his credit cards are maxed out, which is the entire basis of this feud, is that the bunny left her husband and his tag team partner to go flirt with QT Marshall and max out all his credit cards.
That's dumb.
And you think Brandy would want to get back at the bunny for this and we'd be getting a Brandy bunny feud because they teamed together and all that shit. But instead, Brandy's moved on to, like I said, her mini clone Red Velvet, who was actually pretty decent. She's a much better wrestler than Brandy, but Brandy's fantastic to look at. Then in the weirdest main event I think they could have conceived, we have the Dark Order lose to the Gun Club and Cody in a 6-man tag team match.
This is true. It was very odd. However, this was my first time seeing the Gun Club in a match.
Which is nice because I think this is the first time the Gun Club have had a match on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, so that's Billy Gunn's son. He's not bad.
And he got
He's
the win.
not bad. Yeah. I'm seeing what he can do. I'm like, okay. I like. What was that finish he did? I saw him do the crossroads, but what was the other one?
I don't remember Travis.
He did something after the Crossroads, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking dope. I like that.
I honestly kind of tuned out till the end of the match because I was not interested. I've seen the Gun Club wrestle. They're cool. I kind of wish they do more with them as far as like the Gun Club, but I was not interested in a 6-man tag between the Gun Club and Cody versus Dark.
Well, yeah, you probably tag teamed out by then. I get it.
Yeah, I know that they won. I saw him get the pin. I know that Emo Sting was sitting in the rafters watching the entire match.
Yeah. Not as cool, Sting.
Which is weird because Sting was emo, but like this is emo Sting. Like,
Yeah, but see, Sting was one of them, like, he had a reason to be the way he was. like Darby Allin's just like that because Darby Allin.
his wife's running around the indies shoving tampons in girls' mouths. Is that enough a reason?
No, but Sting felt like Sting was betrayed, not only by by Hogan and the NWO shit, but also by the people who were supposed to be his friends that believed he turned on them and then ostracized him and all that kind of shit. He was pissed.
Are you talking about that annoying Lex Luger shit that we're still watching?
No, this is after that.
Okay, fuck. There's so much.
Want to watch some more tomorrow? Want to do some more tomorrow? We can do some more tomorrow.
I'd have to talk to Kate first.
I'm fucking with you.
Also,
I know you can't do it tomorrow. Like, what is this?
I was gonna say I don't know how I'm gonna get all of those episodes in.
Yeah. There's no way you can do it by tomorrow. I know that.
Know you won't be able to.
Hell no.
Orange Cassidy also attacks John Silver.
Passing out as soon as this is over.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy attacks John Silver. So you said you're swallowing AW Dynamite this week specifically for the Taz shit.
That's the reason why they put it over the top that made me swallow. But I did enjoy other parts of the show. Like I enjoyed seeing the Gun Club. I enjoyed that private party match because that fucking Hurricane Rod into the cutter was fucking dope. And
Well.
Red Velvet was a treat to see, and
Travis is enjoying more than just the Luchador Dinosaur on AEW. Isn't that interesting?
I enjoy more than him on AEW on a regular basis.
I don't know about a regular basis.
Yeah, man, because there's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna swallow as well. I think this was a damn good go home show, even though like their pay-per-views are so far apart that last week could have been the go home show, but it was good for a go home show. So I'm gonna swallow AEW as well. NXT, Raw, or SmackDown?
Raw.
All right. So the Legend Killer is now a legend, which means he has to commit suicide.
He must. It's the only way out.
The only way. Alexa Bliss comes out and says Bray could be here, and Randy shits his pants. There's laughing and lights. He's freaking out, catches a Claymore. Drew wants a rematch, and as Drew's leaving, here come Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz, and his girlfriend, John Morrison. They try to cash in, but for whatever reason, Drew says, no, fuck that.
Because baby faces are fucking stupid. That's why. Baby faces not named Stone Cold Steve Austin are fucking stupid. Like that's really what
now,
it
he
is.
never technically officially cashed in because the
bell didn't ring. Yeah.
Which I fucking hate when they do that. Because he already he said I'm cashing
yeah, he
in.
did,
He
but the match never officially started. So
why?
Because they didn't ring the bell.
Why?
Because there was interference before it started.
That doesn't matter.
You can't start the match until both. No, let me tell you. You can't start the match until they're both on their feet and they start the match, and they weren't.
I am pretty sure there have been instances where they were both not on their feet.
Nope. Because that's a big thing. They like especially like when they cashed in on Charlotte that last time when Carmella did. Like that was the whole thing. They had to wait for Charlotte to get back up on her feet, and she was barely on her feet, but she was. And then they rang the bell and they started the match. They have to both be on their feet when the match starts.
I don't know why Miz thought he could win after one Claymore then. I get pinning him while he's down and out, but don't let Randy Orton wake up. Fuck out here.
Well,
so they're not happy. They want Drew.
He's cashed in on him once before.
Mm-hmm. They want Drew in a handicap match, and I don't give two flying fucks.
Me neither.
About a Drew McIntyre, Miz, and Morrison feud.
Yeah. Neither do I.
I will say I do love that they are slow burning this Randy Orton Bray Wyatt thing, and they're not really just diving right in. They're like,
well, they can't because the next pay-per-view is Survivor Series, so they can't even have that match yet. So,
and they don't need to. They don't need to have that match till fucking WrestleMania, and you redeem Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck. Let Bray Wyatt keep fucking with Randy until Randy doesn't think Bray's actually going to do anything, and then have him do it.
mm-hmm.
Did you see Elias?
Negative.
That's a tragedy.
Wait. On the pole?
On the pole.
Yeah, I did see that match. I forgot. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
my man-
Very WCW of them. Well, very, very Vince Russo WCW of them.
Well, they've done other things on it. They did that kendo stick on a pole match with
Yeah,
Bayley.
yeah. And that was also very Vince Russo WCW of them.
But my man Elias, biggest babyface in WWE, and my personal pick for United States champion. Out here just trying to put on a concert and please his fans. Again, 4 bangers, dropped 4 bangers. Out here trying to serenade us with just one of those bangers off that album. And here comes Jeff Hardy, fucking everything up like the trash person he is. Listen, he ran Elias over with the car.
He did no such things.
He ran Elias over
He did
with the car.
not. We already, it's already been established
justified.
that he did not do that.
I don't remember that.
You don't get to do that. That's my thing.
I remember that Jeff Hardy was behind the wheel. There was alcohol in the car, and Elias got hit.
You remember that Jeff Hardy was behind the wheel at some point.
Yes,
And there was alcohol in the car.
when they brought the cameras there, Jeff Hardy was behind the wheel, knocked out.
So when they brought the
We're
cameras
crashing.
into my house, the girl was still clothed. That don't mean nothing.
So we got a guitar and a pole match. Elias loses to Jeff, which is a fucking travesty.
Didn't
Remember
even
when we
break
used
the
to do
guitar.
travesties? Well, yeah, because it's fucking Jeff Hardy and he can't.
Yeah, I remember when there was a travesty of the week every now and then. Yeah.
Remember, you know how they always say you couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight?
No.
You've never heard that? You've never heard couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight?
No.
Eddie Kingston said it on Dynamite this week in his promo. Anyway,
Matthew.
Jeff Hardy couldn't take a guitar and a guitar on a pole match because he's fucking shit. Trash ass Jeff Hardy. Vehicular homicide wanting to commit, motherfucker. Anyway.
At worst, it's tangentially vehicular manslaughter. You know, it wasn't like, even if he was behind the wheel, it wasn't purposeful. You know, he just was there, but he didn't do it, so it don't matter.
Did you see Mandy and Dana versus Nia and Shayna?
Yes.
Lana comes down and does
Why?
not get put through the table.
Yes, you did.
Not on
Oh,
this match.
well, later. Yeah. Okay.
This was very important, Travis, because every time she came out and then they made us wait for it. They didn't give it to us right away. They teased us and said, nope, not going to happen. I'm like, oh, shit. Lana and Nia were in the same vicinity of an announce table, and Nia didn't put Lana through an announce table?
See, that's the thing. They could have done the opposite, though. They could have had her do it here, do it again later, do it twice in a night.
So Mandy and Dana lose to Nia and Shayna. Lana does not go through the announce table, and then we'll jump to it. A very upset Nia Jax later on wants a one-on-one match with Lana.
Yeah,
Nia Jax
stay out my
then-
fucking business. I get it. Stay in your
Lana-
lane, bitch.
Lana loses tonight. Now, here's the thing. They're really building Lana up here to be this scrappy babyface. I will say she has improved a lot in the ring over the last time we saw. Not the last time we saw her wrestle, but like before this run, the last run she had trying to wrestle.
Well, yeah, if you go from a 2 to a 4, you're twice as good as you were before, but you're still a 4.
And Lana being put through the table at this point, like they kind of got me. You know, like now I just kind of feel bad for Lana.
Do you?
I do.
See, that's
They
the
got
opposite for
Travis.
me. I'm kind of looking forward to her getting put through the table every week.
Maybe if you saw the TikToks that I saw, you'd feel different.
Oh, I see the TikToks all the time, sir.
Oh, I felt bad for Lana. Like she gets put through the table, and I'm like, at this point, because she fought so hard and lost, and then still got put through the table, and she still tried to get up. Like,
See, for me, the whole
will
time
not
I'm
be
watching the
broken.
match, I'm like, table.
we also had some bullshit with fucking Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans at the beginning of this match where they were together.
I didn't see that.
Well, it happened, and I need you to make something make sense. They were just on the Titantron talking about Lana or whatever.
Oh, were they watching the match?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I think I saw that. No.
But they're together. So explain to me why we had
Nope.
the Iconics.
Nope.
And they
it's
broke
not going to
them
make
up
sense. It's never going to
and
make
put
sense.
Peyton with fucking Lacey Evans.
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
I love Peyton, but she is the lesser of the two when it comes to entertainment value.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, she's the one to look at, but she's not the entertaining one.
if you wanted to put someone with Lacey, put Billy Kay there so it's an entertaining tag team. But don't break up the Iconics, period.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to stick one of them back, unless they just had plans for Billy, like everyone thought it was going to be Peyton, because as you said, she's the one to look at. So unless everyone just thought it was going to be Peyton, and really they have singles plans for Billy, and they ain't got shit for Peyton, which
I mean,
blows my
they
mind.
gave her something on SmackDown.
They did. Something entertaining.
Yeah.
Because she's entertaining.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back up here. Did you see R-Truth versus Bobby Lashley?
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Did you see?
I'm spitting raw.
You should. Did you see Captain AJ and his message for his team?
Yes, I did.
So AJ has declared himself the captain. He calls out Keith Lee and Sheamus. Both of them are like, "Fuck you, you're not the captain."
By the way, shout out to Georgia coming through in the clutch. What?
Is it decided?
It's not decided, but they made that swift comeback, and all the mail-in votes are coming from Atlanta. It's pretty much a done deal.
Mm-hmm. Pennsylvania flipped too.
I did see that.
Yeah.
And all those mail-in votes are coming from Philly. So it's still the same thing. It's a wrap. Out of here, Chester Cheeto.
I'm sorry. You said Philly, and then I thought Uncle Phil, and then I started also singing the theme song, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, see, I said Philly in my head. I went to the Boys to Men song, Motown Philly. But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, Keith and Sheamus are like, no, fuck you. You're not the captain. And Braun comes out, and Braun says, with all of the white privilege in the world, I'm on the team. And Keith's like, no, fuck you.
And had the nerve to say that he beat Keith Lee clean?
He did.
Like, you skin-headed motherfucker. Really? Keith Lee didn't say it out loud. I said it for
him. Keith's like,
no, you say, like, what in the bluest of hells? I'm like, shout out to The Rock. But, yeah. I had no, really? You beat him clean, huh?
So Keith's like, nah, bro, you got to qualify. You want to get in this shit, you got to qualify. And AJ's like, you know what? That's a great idea. So as the captain, because AJ's not letting this shit go, and he's got that big ass black dude behind him. So like,
it's just like, who's gonna fight him? Who gonna check him on it?
I was gonna say, if I had Jordan behind me like that, fucking all 8 foot of Super Saiyan 2 Black Nappa, I'd be talking crazy shit too to Keith Lee and Sheamus. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's the whole mood of who gonna check me.
Exactly. That's what Vegeta did when he had Nappa.
The strange thing there was, though, that Vegeta was the more powerful one, but, you know.
And AJ's probably the better wrestler in this.
Oh, yeah, he's the better wrestler.
Still got the big guy behind him, so he's talking all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
This is literally Vegeta and Nappa. This is what we've got. We've got Georgia Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Black Nappa.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, we get the triple threat match. If Braun beats Keith and Sheamus, he gets a spot on the team. Braun does get the win. Then we have this really touching moment of unity where Keith and Braun shake hands, and then it comes to Sheamus, and Sheamus just refuses to, suck it up and be part of the team, which leads to...
How'd Braun get that win, by the way? I don't even remember.
I believe he hit Sheamus with the running power slam for the win.
I feel like something else happened, though. Like, I don't remember. Whatever.
Well, after this, Sheamus gets tossed out, and then Keith takes out Braun, and then Keith gets drop kicked by AJ.
Yeah, I know all that. I'm talking about in the match itself, though. It seemed like...
Well, Keith Lee might have been taken out by another low blow.
I'm trying to remember why, because it looked like Keith Lee. I think I remember Keith Lee being about to get the win, and something weird happened, and then that was how Braun got the win. I don't remember. Anyway, go ahead.
Unless he got hit with a bro kick. Anyway, I don't remember. I think he got taken out by Sheamus. Then Sheamus got scooped up by Braun and pinned.
I don't remember.
Not important.
Nah, not really.
This touching moment turns into a backstab-a-thon.
Because everything with Keith Lee hurts my feelings because that fucking
He was
music.
so great. He was
That
so
fuck,
great.
it's just I don't know how like I've said this before. Like this is really what y'all go through every time somebody gets called up from NXT, and I don't know how y'all deal with it. Because it's just
When was the last time you saw Aleister Black, Travis?
who?
Exactly my point. They sent him to SmackDown,
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
wife has been on the show more than he has.
Yeah.
We got qualifying matches for fucking Survivor Series going on. Guess who doesn't get one? Aleister Black. We got Sami Zayn as Intercontinental Champion. Guess who's not challenging for that title? At the very least, Aleister Black should be in the IC title division. At the very least.
Yeah. My thing is just like I really think what's really killing Keith Lee right now is the music. Like
No,
it doesn't feel the same when he comes out anymore.
It's not just that. They castrated his promos.
Yeah.
You don't have Keith Lee coming out with that confidence, that bask in my glory, that presence.
That's the
cutting
thing. And
those promos. They've castrated him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm saying, like though, the music was so important to his character, though. Like that's the thing. It was so important. It set the mood for when Keith Lee comes out, like who Keith Lee is, you know. And it just what they did with this music now, like even like because they changed Ember Moon's music, but her new music is at least similar to her old music, you know.
Yeah.
It's far more similar than Keith Lee's new music is to his old music.
100%.
Yeah. Like they changed his music to this like, big bad scary kind of music, and it's just like that's not who he is. Like
outside of Keith Lee, because I know it's your number one pick, I would argue Aleister Black had the best music on the entire roster, and they changed that shit too.
He had very fitting music for his character also. Yes, I will give you that.
Anyway, Angel Garza, Rose, you see that?
No.
Is that on Hulu?
No.
I figured it wasn't. Firefly Funhouse, was that on Hulu?
Yes.
Bro, how there was a little bit of a Firefly Funhouse slump. I'm not gonna lie. Like there was a couple where like Bray was singing friendship songs and shit. Like there were some slumps. But how now that Alexa's back, are these getting better and better and better? We got
because you added a new element to it. That's how.
We've got more fantastic acting and role playing from Alexa Bliss.
We like role play.
We got RKO references where we see Randy with that fucking staff and shit and flashbacks. We got Abby saying fuck Randy, and then Alexa's got the swear jar. She's like, well, fuck you too, which was fantastic because they bleeped it out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Alexa at the end, like tripping out and fucking oozing from the mouth or
whatever that was,
tongue, like whatever.
She still needs a mask though. Like when it's time for her to get in the ring, she should be wearing a mask.
Did you see the stuff with her and Nikki Cross later?
Yes.
So I thought that was when we were gonna get the mask because her back's turned the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's gonna turn around, she's gonna have back, and then she turned around and it was just contacts in her eyes, where she freaked Nikki out because Nikki was begging, "I want my friend back. I just want my friend back." And then Alexa turned, and I was like, "Oh shit,
eyes,
we're gonna get the mask." Travis wanted it; they're gonna give it to us already. They didn't, but it was still satisfying.
But she hasn't had a match, so I'm okay with that. So once she has a match, if she doesn't have the mask on, then I'll have a problem. But right now, I'm cool.
Did you see the stuff with the Hurt Business and the New Day?
I did.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if they didn't give you Bobby Lashley versus R-Truth and they kept the shit off, Hulu voted for Trump.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The Hurt Business wants payment, and they want it in gold. First off, Bobby's got some words for Sammy for their Survivor Series match, which is fine. They're hyping that. But the New Day come out, and they accept the challenge. Unfortunately, Shelton Benjamin is shoved back into a tag team.
Yeah, but I'm okay with this one. Because it's not a random tag team, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't team him up with Chad Gable, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just this is much better.
Kofi is talking that shit.
It was so good.
Xavier is just hyping him up,
so good.
Talking about how he's been WWE champ and Bobby never was.
How he has more champions himself than the entire Hurt Business combined. Like, ooh, Kofi.
even took a couple shots at how long Bobby lasts in bed.
Or when Xavier Woods was talking about how he had to sneak and watch him and stay up late to watch Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley's been wrestling for 7 million years. It's just like, because he's old as fuck.
Which is funny because they made fun of the entire Hurt business except for Cedric being old when Kofi's old as fuck.
Yeah, he is.
That was the running gag, was Kofi's the old man.
Yeah.
Before, and now it's like, well, you guys are old. I'm pretty sure Kofi's older than Bobby.
I think Bobby's older than him, but
really,
I think so. Here, I'll look it up. You keep going. I'll look that up.
MVP was also holding his own, so we had some really great back and forth here, which led to a match, which I was worried because I thought this was a tag team title match. And I
did too.
Shit.
I'm like, they better not take away this New Day versus Street Profits match.
That's where I was at. I was like, I swear to God, if you take away New Day versus Street Profits, I'm gonna have a shit fit because I thought this was a title match.
I did.
And Hurt Business pick up the pin on the New Day. Now, say what you want about WWE and their tag teams, which are basically non-existent outside of the Viking Raiders, the Street Profits, and the New Day. They do now have a team in Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander that, even though I'd love to see Shelton get a singles title run and do something singles like he said he wanted to do after he dumped the dead weight of Shorty G, these guys work great together. I will say this, Travis, I hate Shelton's finisher. I always have. The pay dirt doesn't do it for me. I really wish he'd do something about it. Because the fact that he can't talk on the mic and his finisher isn't that cool really holds him back. At least if he had a dope finisher, we'd have something there.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby's older.
Okay.
Bobby's 44. Kofi is 39.
Did you see Ricochet versus Tucker?
I have not seen Ricochet in months. Not months, but you know what I mean. It feels like it's been months.
Did you see Sheamus talking to Drew McIntyre backstage?
I did not see Sheamus anymore after that opening segment.
All right, so you saw Drew McIntyre defeat The Miz and Morrison.
I did.
And then Randy hit an RKO.
I did.
And then
we all knew that was happening, but you know.
More Bray Wyatt cock teasing as we go off air and Randy shitting himself. All right. Like I said, I don't really give a shit about that. So, not good enough for Hulu, Monday Night Raw edition. R-Truth versus Bobby Lashley. So R-Truth comes out for this match, which he didn't realize he was having against Bobby Lashley. And he's like, listen, man, you're a champion. I'm a champion. Fuck it. He lays down to let Bobby pin him. Bobby's not having it, though, Travis. Bobby picks him up, fucks him up, then pins him. Drew Gulak tries to come down and win the 24/7 title. Bobby comes back and fucks up Gulak during the pin, and then lays Gulak on R-Truth and lets Gulak get the win after he fucked him up.
What the fuck, Bobby? Okay.
Wasn't having that shit.
Speaking of R-Truth, I'm going to say this again because I said it in the Facebook group. If you all do not listen to the New Days podcast, you need to listen to the one from this past week, though. They had R-Truth on it. I swear to God, it is the funniest shit I have heard on a podcast in months. Like, it's just killing me. The entire first half of that podcast, I was dying.
We got Angel Garza talking to the camera. He says he's dedicating this rose to a special someone, but he doesn't tell us who. So we don't know if he was dedicating it to Nia or to Charlie or to the chick from The Bachelorette that thank God is gone, or to someone in the WWE universe, maybe his wife at home who's got to watch him hit on all these women every week. Who knows? But he's dedicating a rose to someone. Andrade hasn't been on TV in weeks, but hey, at least we got that. So
maybe it was for Andrade.
Ricochet, or as Travis refers to him,
Pretty Ricky's what they call him,
defeats Tucker in a squash match. Tucker is out here completely. He looks like fucking if you ordered Bradshaw on Wish.
Oh God,
like old school, early APA Bradshaw.
Okay. So APA Bradshaw, not Blackjack Bradshaw.
Yeah, no, APA Bradshaw, but like early on APA Bradshaw with the long tights and the long black hair. But yeah, like Wish brand Bradshaw out here. Mustafa, I'm sorry, he made it very clear. It's Mustafa Ali on Raw Talk.
Oh, really?
Is scouting, and then afterwards, Retribution beats down both Tucker and Ricochet I thought he was scouting, but he wasn't. They were out there to beat him. So they can't handle the Hurt Business, but Ricochet and Tucker, no problem for Retribution. So that's where that
this whole Retribution thing, like, I don't know if I've said this before. I think I have, because it's just like, yeah, their whole thing is like, oh, we were never given the opportunity, we were never given a chance. But then when you watch them, it's like, yeah, that's why, because you're not good enough.
I have a theory.
You keep losing.
And I'm going to get deep in the weeds here, Travis, so just bear with me. So first off, I'm not going to say they're not good enough, because
I will.
I don't know about Dio, but Mustafa Ali and Dijakovic are very talented. All right, so we know.
I'm talking about storyline wise.
We know politically whose camp Vince sits in, correct?
Yes.
I don't know if Bruce does or not. I can assume he does sit in the same camp, because Bruce pretty much does whatever Vince does. What if Retribution?
Something to wrestle when I listen to that leads me to believe differently, but
what if Retribution is literally Vince creating a story about the Democrats who think that they deserve more than he feels they do, who constantly ask for things, who were rioting and destroying things, and then he created a group based on that idea and then just buried them? What if it was his own little political fuck you?
it's fucking brilliant.
Because you notice there's
You might be absolutely right.
There's a couple white guys in masks. You got the Blasian Baddie. You've got Dio Madden and Mustafa Ali. So it's a group mostly of people of color with a couple white allies who are out here rioting, saying that they deserve better, but then really aren't worth what they say they are when it comes to putting it to, yeah. What if that's what they're doing? What if that was the whole point of this?
You might be right. Fuck Vince. I mean, it was always fuck Vince, but still fuck Vince.
Sitting out here like, I'm sick of seeing all this shit. We're gonna squash this shit here on TV. I'm gonna handle it.
All right, well,
Make wrestling great again. God damn it.
soon enough.
And then we had Sheamus backstage, and Sheamus, who I don't know if he's a face or a heel, but he's sweet talking Drew McIntyre like, hey man, you're not champion, you're not in that championship match, so why don't you come join us? Come join me, Keith, AJ, and Braun, get on our Survivor Series team, and we can hook up. We can be the Celtic Connection or whatever the fuck he said they wanted to be.
Well, yeah, you got to remember, way back in the day, there's a connection there. Because, way back in the day, one of the older, WWE games, they formed a faction with the two of them and William Regal and I forgot who else, but they formed the United Kingdom little thing,
So Sheamus is here trying to bring Drew to his side, and Drew didn't flat out tell him no, but Drew's focused on getting that belt back off Randy.
I hear you. They're going to put him on the team, though, because there's no way to do this Survivor Series pay-per-view without Drew McIntyre. So,
and if that's the case, like they got who'd they get on Friday? They just got somebody. They got Corbin. But like outside of Corbin, like it's all big dudes on Raw and all little dudes on SmackDown. Like except for AJ. Like you got the one little dude on Raw and one big dude on the SmackDown team. They're like exact opposite.
I mean, but yeah, the one little dude on Raw also has this big motherfucker behind him. So, he's got his Super Diesel. He got Super Shredder,
So you said you're spitting Raw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This was a better Raw than I've gotten the last few weeks, so I'm going to swallow Raw.
Yeah, but they cheated me, so fuck them.
Yeah, NXT or SmackDown, Travis, where we going?
Let's go NXT.
We kick it off, Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai with an assist from Giant Gonzalez. Dakota beats Ember in the opening match. Fantastic match. Ember still got it. Dakota's always talented. I was feeling this right off the bat.
Fantastic.
It's a great way to kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
And also now this feud continues because Ember's still, not happy with Dakota. Then we got Cameron Grimes, who's still apparently afraid, but he's not afraid of Dexter, really. He's afraid of a referee who was in the haunted house.
I didn't see this.
Oh, you didn't see that? Did you see Drake Maverick and Killian Dane versus Everrise?
I did.
So Drake and Killian on the same page. I mean, Killian's still not having the music and shit.
I wasn't having the music either. Like, what the fuck was that?
We get a DQ here where the Kings of NXT, which I'm not sure is their official name, but that's what they called them, take out both teams. Pat's running the camera, and then they're burning an Undisputed Era flag. They were talking about all the great things Undisputed Era has done, and they're like, fuck these guys.
Question.
This was a what?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to run something back for me because this clearly happened before I started watching NXT.
Yes.
Explain Pete Dunne's beef with Roderick Strong is his name?
Yes. Well,
Yes,
it's not
him.
just with Roderick Strong. It's with the entire Undisputed Era. So
Okay.
around the time of the first War Games, which would have been 3 years ago,
Okay.
Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong were teaming up to take on the Undisputed Era. And during that feud, Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne had tag team title shot. Roderick Strong turned his back on Pete Dunne and joined the Undisputed Era. And then they won the tag team titles. And then one of the Undisputed Era got hurt, and Roddy became a replacement tag team champion and filled in that spot. So
Okay.
Roddy turned his back on Pete, who already had issues with the Undisputed Era, to join the Undisputed Era. They were courting Roddy for a while, trying to get him to join. He was turning him down. Then he went and got Pete Dunne to kind of help him in his fight against Undisputed Era, and then he turned on. It was actually a pretty big oh shit moment, because at that time, Undisputed Era were like real heels, and Roddy was a solid baby face who was he was a white meat baby face who was a really good technical wrestler, backbreakers and all that shit, all these variations of backbreakers. And he turned, and it was like, holy shit, because Pete Dunne was pretty beloved too. Here's my thing. Like, Pat McAfee's great on the mic, but all this shit just seems to take forever. Like, the promos the last 2 weeks just dragged on.
Yeah, this promo, let me tell you, like, I actually stopped paying attention like part of the way through it and was doing some other shit. And I looked up after I was done doing what I was doing. I'm like, oh, he's still talking. It lasted too long. I remember thinking that myself.
But as they're leaving, Killian Dane shows up because he's pissed off about them causing that DQ.
Oh, in the parking lot, yeah.
And Pete Dunne fucking murders Killian Dane. Listen, the NXT parking lot, we have said this, it has been said on other podcasts. If you do not understand, never go into the NXT parking lot alone. It is literally more dangerous than a Hell in a Cell, an Elimination Chamber, a War Games match. It is the most dangerous place on the planet. If you are in an NXT parking lot by yourself, you are guaranteed to get fucked up. I don't know if you noticed it, but there was a puddle of blood by Killian Dane's face.
Oh, I saw it.
Murdered, Travis. They committed murder.
Yeah, I do remember. I'm like, oh, yeah, he did. So, yeah.
So I will give them that. That was a cool way to end the segment. Even Pat McAfee, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch were like, oh shit, he's the guy in a heist movie that you bring in and someone knows him, but you're not real sure about him, and he's the guy that starts shooting everyone up and fucks up the heist. That's Pete Dunne. He's that wild card you can't trust in a heist movie. He's fucking what is it, Mr. Black in Reservoir Dogs? Or no, Mr. Blue.
Is
Maybe.
it Blue that I know who you're talking about, the one that ends up like just going off his rocker. Yeah, that's Mr. Blue.
Yeah, because they said nobody was Mr. Black because everyone would want to be Mr. Black. So there is no Mr. Black.
Yeah, I think he's Mr. Blue that did that.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Brown died during the heist. And
Mr. Pink was Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's Mr. Blue.
Okay. Did you see Shotzi?
I did see Shotzi versus Tony. Yes.
Did you see the
Indeed,
Johnny Gargano?
I did.
Did you see the Johnny Gargano segment at home?
Yes, with the scream mask.
So now you got your answer, Travis. You were all like, this guy hates wheels. Why do you use a wheel? He doesn't hate wheels. He loves wheels. He is a lover of wheels and a maker of history. They were playing Life. He beats Ghostface at Life, Travis. You know how big of an accomplishment it is to beat Ghostface at Life because you love wheels and you make history?
No, I don't, because it's kind of easy to beat a ghost at Life because the ghost isn't alive.
He's not a ghost. He's Ghostface, Travis.
Okay, so he's a wannabe ghost. It's even worse.
I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm really curious as to see who's under the Ghostface mask. I've got to assume it's Austin Theory.
This is actually
like
like the most interesting thing that they've done with Gargano
Johnny
since I started watching NXT. So yes.
And then I have to spit NXT this week because of what we're about to talk about. I was all excited because I was getting Shotzi Blackheart versus the Queen of Cakes, Toni Storm. Like
This is why I was confused though at the beginning too. Once I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that's why. When she didn't come out with the tank.
The Deadass Girls, every time Tony's on TV, do a thread of the things that Tony's thicker than, and it is fantastic. Apparently, me saying that Tony's thicker than Lars Sullivan's skull was not a positive kind of thick, but I still maintain Tony's thicker than Lars Sullivan's skull. Shotzi comes out pissed off. No tank. She's getting in Tony's face. She's going at Tony. There was a kind of a mutual respect as they did little interviews with these two before the match. Shotzi loses to Tony because up on the Titantron, Candice LeRae is out in a road with Tony's tank or Shotzi's tank.
Because Shotzi didn't bring it down to the ring with her. That's why you don't leave your property backstage.
Travis, you don't understand. The reason Shotzi came down mad is because her tank was missing.
Oh.
She wanted to do it, and it was gone, and she blamed Tony. She thought Tony fucked with her tank.
I didn't see that.
Well, they didn't say it. It was implied. Why else would Shotzi come down to the ring, hot as hell, without her tank, and start going at Tony and yelling at her and doing all the shit she was doing before the match? My implication was she thought Tony did something to the tank, or that the tank was missing. That's why she was pissed off.
Well, I need the announcers to say something.
Yeah, I agree with that. So the ref actually stops the count out when Candice gets on the thing, and Shotzi should have won here. Tony was outside. Shotzi's in the ring. The ref stops the count because Candice comes up on the Titantron, which I get it. Like, yeah, it's a distraction, but come on now. Like, you can't count 10. Like, you were one number away.
Yeah, you can still count. Yeah. Fucking refs.
Tony gets the win here, and then Candice runs over the tank. Like, you just got the tank on Hulu, Travis. You've seen it twice. Yeah, and they ran it over with a fucking Hummer.
Yeah.
With another ghost face in the back. And I don't think it was the same ghost face that lost to life with Johnny.
How you know?
They're two ghost face.
How you know it's not the same ghost face?
Because I'm a Scream fan, Travis, and in Scream there are always at least two ghost face.
Oh.
There's always two.
I was more into I Know What You Did Last Summer than I was into Scream.
It was Billy and Stu in the original. Billy and Stu, two ghost face. Then it was Mickey and Billy's mother.
It wasn't Doofy?
No, it wasn't Doofy. That was a scary movie.
I know.
He was all by himself with Sherry O'Terry.
And the vacuum cleaner. Because he was cleaning his room.
My tank, Travis. Like, and RN was so happy, and that hurt even more. He's all like, because he hated the tank, and he's like, they need to get rid of that fucking tank. And I'm like, you're a buzzkill. Like, you're an awful person.
I mean, yeah,
what's wrong with you?
RN hates fun, so we can't really, go off of what he likes.
Fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thing. I barely gotten acquainted with it anyway, so just like, all right, whatever. But I know y'all were like very attached to this tank, so T's and P's,
Yeah, did you see the Thatch's Thatch Can wrestling school thing?
No.
With Timothy Thatcher? Did you see Xia Li backstage?
No.
You saw Ciampa versus Dream.
Yes.
Ciampa gets the win.
Yeah.
Beats Velveteen Dream.
Of course. He's done. Like, it's just like he's done. He's done. Like, why is he still on the roster? He is done. You can put somebody else in that spot. Just you're not gonna do anything with him anymore. We all know it. You know it. Rightfully so. Maybe not. Whatever. You're not gonna do anything with him. Drop him.
I love me some Ciampa. So Ciampa getting the win is nice. I'm really just hoping to see what they do from here going forward because
I like that mask he had on when he came out.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was pretty dope.
That was. It was kind of like an old school samurai mask a little bit.
Yeah, with the little jacket thing he had on and all that kind of shit. He should have some kind of like pants to go with it though, because that look with his legs out was kind of weird looking to me.
And he was wrestling in like army pants for a while, like camo pants. So yeah, bring that back. All right, not good enough for Hulu NXT edition. Cameron Grimes is still scared. He has a match with Kushida that he loses because the referee who was in the Haunted House of Horrors match, the referee in this match gets knocked out, so he comes out to fill in, and then Grimes freaks out. Even though he doesn't look like a zombie ref anymore, he looks like a regular ref. Grimes is still scared of this referee, so it causes him to get distracted and freak out, allowing Kushida to get the win. It was really weird. Then we had Timothy Thatcher doing his Thatch's Thatch Can wrestling school where he's still hurting kids. And then Austin Gray, who he fucked up last week, showed up and attacked him, took him out this week, not having that shit. Last but not least, Xia Li is backstage. She tells William Regal that the letters that she has been receiving from Boa are actually from her family, and they feel like she has been a disgrace, and that Giant Gonzalez has disgraced her. I believe she even receives another letter here that she reads. So she tells William Regal, I need to face Giant Gonzalez next week. And William's like, are you sure about that? Because your win-loss record ain't that great. Like, you really, like, she goes, I have to for my family. So
yeah, man.
Regal grants her wish. Next week, Xia Li versus Giant Gonzalez.
She gonna hit her with them Chun-Li kicks.
You spitting or swallowing NXT?
I'll swallow it.
Did you get a 10-bell salute? Do we have a 10-bell salute? Can we do a 10-bell salute for Shotzi's tank?
I mean, I have a bell.
Can you just play it 10 times?
I can't see that hand.
Rest in peace, Shotzi's tank. As I said, I'm spitting NXT because fuck them for destroying the one major piece of joy I had on that show in Shotzi's tank.
All right. Find a single bell ring though, because that 3 rings is weird.
Yeah, it is. Let's get into SmackDown.
I literally found this right before we started recording, so I didn't have time to test it.
I was gonna say, no, we got some shit to add. We'll talk about it, but no, we got it. It's good. It's good.
Good.
Sasha successfully, for the first time in her career, defends a singles championship.
I was surprised they kicked it off with this match, but
I was too. When this started, I was like, holy shit. Sasha defeats Bayley, and then as Sasha is leaving, celebrating, she gets knocked the fuck out by Carmella in her new ring attire with her new untouchable gimmick. So, hey, Carmella's getting a push.
The ring attire looked familiar to me. Who wore a top like that?
Sasha.
Okay.
It looks a lot like Sasha's ring attire.
No, it was with the straps here. It was like what somebody else had something like that very recently to me. I can't figure out who it was. Was it one of the Bellas? Did they do that?
No, because Nikki always wore like that sports bra looking thing.
Right.
And then Brie had like the red latex top with the latex pants.
Right. So it wasn't them either. I can't think of it. That attire looked very familiar to me though.
Then we got back
with the face buster or the X Factor, as we like to call it.
Listen, I've loved SmackDown. This SmackDown was not doing it for me. I don't know what was going on here. I mean, we're going to talk about the race stuff, which I think is the most interesting stuff that happened on the show. But even the stuff with Jay and Roman, like it was fine, but it wasn't hitting like it used to.
Interesting.
So Jay's going to get interviewed. Kevin Owens comes up, decides to, hey, we're on this 5 Series team, blah, 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 crack a couple jokes. Jay's not having it. He's super defensive about his family and the situation.
Yeah, man.
He ain't having none of that shit.
Because he understands now.
Kevin Owens is now very uncomfortable in catering and decides to leave.
As he should.
Jay gets his interview. And, again, very defensive about his family. Has completely lost his sense of humor. Heyman shuts that shit down. Heyman's like, hey, did you get permission to do this? Jay, you need to come talk to Roman. Roman needs to talk to you. This is over. You didn't get permission to do this. This is over. Let's go. So Paul tells him, listen, no interviews unless you get it cleared by Roman. He's like, this is my job. This is what we do. He's like, I don't care. You talk to Roman, you get permission. You don't get permission, you don't do interviews. And Jay's like, well, let me talk to him. He goes, all right, hold on. I'll go get him. He'll come talk to you when he wants to. Roman comes out. He's like, listen, man, there's a hierarchy. And it goes me. And if I'm not available, you go to Paul. So you are below Paul Heyman on the family tree, and he's not even family.
That's not necessarily what he said.
That's
he says you go through me, but if I'm not around, Paul speaks for me. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that Paul is above him. He's saying Paul, can speak for him like an attorney does. Like if I got a lawyer and I got a matter to handle and I'm not there, my lawyer can speak for me. That doesn't mean my lawyer's above my brother.
Jay did not seem happy with this edict from Roman.
No, of course
or
not.
From Paul Heyman.
Who would be?
But what was very interesting is the way Paul Heyman reacts to Roman Reigns versus the way Paul Heyman reacted to Brock Lesnar. Not very often did Paul Heyman seem afraid of Brock Lesnar, but he seems very uneasy around Roman Reigns. Almost afraid of Roman Reigns, especially when Roman's like, did you know about this shit? It's your job to know about this shit, so I don't have to know about this shit. Why is this shit happening?
Well, yeah, because, his relationship with Brock is different than his relationship with Roman because he brought Brock in. Like, Brock was his project. Brock is, like his son, Mm-hmm. Roman is truly a client who at any moment could fire him and decide to fuck him up, So.
Yeah. Roman feels that Kevin Owens disrespected the family, so Jay's got a job to do. So he sent him to go talk to Adam Pearce, the acting person in charge, and get that match made for later. Then we got Ray backstage calling Aaliyah. Aaliyah's not picking up. Now, Travis, she is a 19-year-old girl with a boyfriend. She's not answering her phone. There's probably a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, listen. When Buddy's done letting her hop up and down like a kangaroo, teaching her how they do it down in Australia, she will return your call. Until then, go have your match and do your shit.
I had a theory about what was going on here
She's
until
throwing that pussy like a boomerang right now.
She is. I had a theory about what was going on here until what happened later in the night. Because I was thinking, what if Buddy didn't really leave Seth? What if this was all, a ploy? What if Aaliyah is Stephanie McMahon in it right now?
Well, it's funny you said that because after last week, Kate told me, oh, now they're going to go do the Stephanie McMahon Triple H wedding. So, she kind of had the same thought.
Yeah, she's Stephanie McMahon in it, but then she got all pissed off afterwards. So it was like, no, that's out the window then. Well,
Stephanie McMahon played that good part until it came down to the match.
Yeah, but it was like him going, I don't know. It plays out a little bit different in my head because the way he went out there and helped Seth right then is like, if they were going to go that route, they probably wouldn't have had him go out and actually help Seth in that match. But,
So, Ray is so worried about his daughter who's getting her cheeks clapped. He gets knocked the fuck out by Corbin. He's not focused. He doesn't even have time to put his ring gear on. He's got a Survivor Series spot on the line and loses to Corbin because Seth Rollins comes down during the match to observe, then attacks Dominic. This then causes a distraction when Buddy comes down to make the save, and Ray's like, get the fuck out of here. Why are you here? We don't need you. And it's like, listen, man, not a lot of dudes are going to clap your daughter's cheeks and then instead of taking a nap, come down to help your ass. Well, you're in trouble. All right?
It does seem pretty ungrateful of him.
Maybe you should reconsider your stance on this man because he could be sleeping right now, resting, but no, he's here to help you.
Or he could have just still been clapping his daughter's cheeks. Like it's
could have been. Like he could have just not stopped.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
He took a water break to come give you a hand. All right.
And you chose not to take it. You spit on that hand.
Instead, he took the worst end of days I have ever seen.
I mean, they're all pretty bad, but
no. The end of days is a cool looking finisher.
It's really not, though.
Baron Corbin does a fantastic job delivering it.
It's really not, but
normally,
okay.
But yeah, no, this was a terrible looking end of days. Corbin gets a spot on the Survivor Series team.
Well, yeah, we knew that was going to happen, though. So,
Ruby Riot then has a chance to join Bianca Belair to already make a better SmackDown Women's team than the Raw team. She beats Natalya and Zelina. This was weird because they were talking about Ruby like the Riot Squad wasn't a thing anymore.
I mean, where was Liv?
But Liv Morgan posted on Twitter pictures of her and Ruby with Ruby's new haircut, saying, "That's my best friend who rocks a pixie cut better than her." And Ruby responded, "Hey, we still got some spots on the team if you need something to do." So it was just very weird the way that the commentators were talking about her, like she was moving on and it was going to be a singles run for Ruby.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she doesn't still want her friend on the team, though.
So we'll see. And then my favorite part of the night, Travis. You got Big E sitting on the floor backstage, playing board games with some chick. None of that's important. Not even the, like, I know you're going to want to talk about the Street Profits Exchange, and I'll let you talk about that. This man had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ugly Christmas sweater on. And I added Big E on Twitter and asked him, where can I get me one of those? And I need him to respond. Where do I get that sweater? I need that sweater. That is the coolest thing Big E has ever worn. I am now even that much more of a fan of Big. I mean, I got that. That's the face that was on the sweater. I got it right there on my skin. Biggie, where'd you get that sweater at? Come on, I need to know.
Okay, Matt, but that back and forth between Big E and the Street Profits was fantastic. It was what the kind of interaction you want between the New Day and the Street Profits, but we only had Big E right there, so he acted as a proxy, and that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. But then we got Billie Kay with her headshot and resume in hand, saying like, "Hey, I got the inside scoop."
Wait. So the exchange between the Street Profits and Big E was the Street Profits were like, "Hey, why don't you come kick it with us in the Champions Lounge? We'll hang out. You're a cool guy, blah, blah, blah." Big E's like, "So you just want some inside knowledge on the New Day?" And they're like, "Yeah, well, yeah, probably." And Big E's like, "All right, well, lay down because they're going to kick your ass." And then they laugh in each other's faces back and forth. So they were looking to get some info on the Street Profit or on the New Day.
Yeah.
And then Billy's like, "Hey, I've got some Monday Night Raw info." And then go ahead.
And they're just like, "We were there with you. Like, why are you trying to give us info? Like, what info could you possibly have that we don't?"
Poor Billy's just trying to make friends.
She was.
She's just out here. She's lonely without Peyton. She just want to make some friends. She want to kick it with the Street Profits. I don't blame her. If I was on SmackDown, I want to kick it with the Street Profits because more than likely they're going to have, I mean, Bianca's going to be there, but Dawkins is going to have some girls. And we know he can't stay awake. So when he passes out.
Hey, man. That's what he does, fam.
He's sleepy.
He's sleepy, fam.
Yeah, but no, that Texas Chainsaw Massacre sweater was the best part of that whole segment. Rollins then defeats Otis in another qualifier match for the Survivor Series team. As Travis said, Murphy comes down, causing distraction, helping him get the win. And then we see Murphy leave, and Rollins chases after him backstage and says, "Is that what I think it was?" And Murphy goes, "Messiah," and points at Seth, and then "Disciple," and points at himself. And Seth's like, "Say it one more time." Then he does it again.
Like, "Say my name, bitch."
Say my name. Say my name.
Yeah. But that was part of the reason why I'm like, oh, that might not be the direction they're going in, because he's like, it seemed like if they were going in that direction, they would have kept them apart a little bit longer. But I don't know.
So this is the point after Seth walks away where Aaliyah shows up and she is fucking pissed. What is this about? I slept with you. I lied.
She ain't say that.
Travis.
She said she defended him to her family. She said nothing about.
I literally just let you hit and you're already back in Seth's arms. That's what I heard her say.
I didn't hear that. That's not what she said, Matthew.
You clap these cheeks and now you're shaking hands with the enemy. That's what I heard.
Your ears don't work.
Murphy's like, "Listen, I got a plan. It's all part of a plan. Don't worry. Trust me.
Yes.
It's a plan." So
yes, we are going to tag team you later.
Also, not what he
While
said.
Becky watches.
Definitely not what he said.
You don't know that. You
Well,
don't know what happened after the cameras went off.
So there's one of two ways they're going about this. Either Murphy's playing
You don't
Rollins.
know what Becky's into.
You're correct, and we don't kink shame here. If Becky
We
wants
do
to watch Seth, Becky can watch.
No, it's not Seth. It's Seth and Buddy. It's very specific.
So you know, but I don't.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying it's a possibility they could be this very specific thing.
Well, it's also a possibility that Buddy Murphy is either trying to fuck with Seth Rollins or Seth and Buddy are fucking with the Mysterio family.
It's all possible.
And I'm actually slightly interested in this again. Like,
Well, they made it a little bit more interesting because
somehow they went from this is okay to God, I am so sick of seeing this. Can they just kill it and make it die? Like they did what they wanted to do with the Lana storyline, but successfully. Like they took it from up here to way down here, and then somehow brought it back up to about right here.
I can see that. That makes sense because it's just I don't hate it anymore. I still don't like it, but I just don't hate it anymore.
Also, you got Tucker jobbing out to Ricochet on Raw and Otis losing to Seth here after being Mr. Money in the Bank. So we destroyed Heavy Machinery, who never got to be tag team champions for no goddamn reason.
For no reason.
They
They destroyed Heavy Machinery just to get the Money in the Bank off of Otis. Like it's really just that simple.
We got a Lars Sullivan interview. This time it's with wow. I didn't realize that my mic was turned all the way over there. Do I sound any different?
You sound different. It's like a little bit more full.
Pronounced. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it was cocked to the side. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we got Lars Sullivan doing an interview with Michael Cole. I feel like they're trying to replicate the Foley McMahon interviews.
Yeah, probably.
From the early 90s. But you can't. You can't do it with Lars as
He's
Mick
not Foley.
You can't do it with Michael Cole or Corey Graves trying to be Vince or JR. It was JR, right?
It was JR.
Yeah. Vince directed the shit. You can't do it. You're not going to get me to feel sympathetic for this man. So, put a wig on him. Go get the rights to Petey Pablo's Freak League, and let's do something right.
Oh, boy.
Makes sense to me.
Freakazoid.
And then last but not least, KO loses to Jey Uso because it was for the family and it needed to happen.
Mm-hmm. What we're looking for, you know. You got to remind him every now and then to fall in line. You know, he understands, but he don't fully understand. So you just every now and then you got to remind him.
Okay. I don't understand the whole making Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens understand part because they're not part of the family. So
no, but see, they got to realize that the family runs this shit.
Real quick, because it's not quite the end of the show, but I want to get this in before you guys all turn out. Go check out our YouTube and go subscribe. If you are listening to this podcast, go subscribe to this podcast on YouTube. There is a discrepancy between the number of people who listen audio-wise and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we just need your subscriptions. So go there and subscribe. Get our numbers up. Get us to that 100.
Do that.
All right, Travis, spit or swallow SmackDown.
I'm going to swallow it.
I'm spitting. Like I said, this did not hit the way the last couple of hit. So I'm not saying it was bad, but when you give me gold and then you come out with some mid shit, like. So, best show of the week for Travis?
I don't know what hit for me. I'm going to go with SmackDown.
I don't have a best show this week. Raw was better than usual, but it was still just eh. AEW was fine, but nothing really blew me away. I can't say NXT was the best show because I spit it because of what they did to the tank. And you know what? SmackDown's the best show because of Big E's sweater. Big E's sweater put it over for me.
Okay, Matt.
There's a new Creation conversation available now where Travis tries to say that the reason we have not done Dungeons After Dark is because he can't schedule the three of us together, which is bullshit. It's just he doesn't have the time.
Yes, because I don't have the time for all 4 of us to get together. Like scheduling all 4 of us together for 4 hours is difficult.
You're telling me that you, Mara, and John are never available on a Saturday or a Sunday at the same time? Because all you have to do is tell me on a Saturday or a Sunday, hey, Matt, we're going to do this podcast. And I go upstairs.
Mara
say,
works
hey,
on Saturdays.
Baby, I love you. You're great. Travis wants to do this podcast. So if you're going to be mad at someone, be mad at him. And she says, okay. And then she watches the baby while I do the podcast.
Do you want me to answer your question? Or do you want to talk?
Both.
Well, you can only pick one.
You said Mara works on Saturdays. I know you have been too.
Exactly. So what else you got?
Still leave Sunday.
I work on Sundays too, and so does Mara.
Okay.
Exactly. Anyway. That's what I'm saying. Scheduling is the problem.
Mm-hmm. So there is no new Dungeons After Dark yet, but it is coming eventually. Maybe beginning of next year when shit calms down for Travis. But there is a new creation conversation. You guys can go check that out. It was a very entertaining episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They did some great conversations over there. Also, guys, like I said, the YouTube, go check out and just hit that subscribe button. Just go there and hit that button. That's all we ask. I'm not asking you to get our views up. Like, that'll come later. We'll talk about that later. But for now, just go subscribe to the channel. Then we'll go from there. You guys can also check out all of our links to all of our stuff at Linktree/Creation World. That'll get you the video forms of this podcast on YouTube, where you should subscribe, on Pornhub, where you should watch, the Patreon, which will eventually have some new content added to it. That's also something we're going to work on restructuring as well. So stay tuned for that. But there's still some good shit there you can go check out and subscribe to. So go do that. And the more you guys subscribe to that, the more reason we have to add new shit. So go check that out. And the Teespring. That's what it was. Linktree, Teespring.
I was about to say, what tree are you talking about? Okay, gotcha. Like, is there something I did that I don't remember doing? Wait a minute. Okay.
Our shirts are available. I believe I am officially the bestseller when it comes to merch on our Teespring. And there will be a new dope shirt, hopefully Sunday. I believe I will be able to get on the Teespring and upload that shirt and get that set up for you guys. So that should be available Sunday or Monday. I will let you know, and I will post that on Twitter as soon as it comes up. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That's at MATTRIDDER. You can follow Travis on Twitter and Instagram at Sir Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Follow Creation World on Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at THECREATIA World. Also, Facebook, Facebook.com/Creation World, Facebook.com/group/SmackinItRaw. And if you haven't got your DC superhero fix, because I know I haven't, I've been watching a lot of it on HBO. You guys can go check out Facebook.com/group/SuperFlash Hero of Tomorrow and the Super Flash Hero of Tomorrow podcast, where they talk all of the CW DC shows. Did I forget anything?
Nope.
I've been watching Titans. So here's the thing. I fucked up. I think I told you this. I fucked up. I put on Titans, but I put on Titans right before Kate was about to go to bed.
Oh, yeah,
right?
you did. Yeah, you told me.
So I don't know if you guys listening are in a relationship, but there's this thing where, like, your significant other doesn't want you watching shows. Like, they want to watch shows with you, but then you've got to find time, especially when you have different schedules, to sit down and watch those shows together. So something I would have binged and finished might take me 3 months to finish because we've got to do it together. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and Dick Grayson says, "Fuck Batman." And Kate hears it in the bathroom, and she goes, hey, you might want to turn that off, because I kind of want to see that. I'm like, okay. So I shut it off. We're now, I think, 4 episodes in. But I have also been watching all the DC animated movies that are on HBO Max.
Oh, they're so good, man.
I'm not happy. No.
They are. What is wrong with you?
Because there's no, I know why there isn't, but there's no interweaving story. Like, there's all these movies, but they're all just these separate movies, and they all draw the characters different. So, like,
they all came out very separately at very different times. So
one of them, you got like a skinny Aquaman. One of them, you've got a huge buff Aquaman with a neck the size of my fucking ass. Like,
yeah, and they're like that in the comics too, depending on who drew the comic. It's just, they're different.
I'm not happy about it. I was like, oh, I'm just going to watch a bunch of these Justice League movies, and maybe there's going to be like a thread through them of like, this one came first, and like, blah, 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 blah. No, nothing. Nothing.
Once again, you're a victim of your own expectations that are unfounded. So,
But I've been watching them, so it gives me something to do while I wait to watch Titans.
mhm.
All right, Travis, if you got nothing else,
Nope.
then for Sir Cussalott, Travis Pointer, I am the Warden, Matt Ritter. We are Smackin' Raw, and we are the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
Bye, Felicia.